Okay, Western Cape of South Africa is going to be declared a Jewish state soon if nothing happens, okay, or if nothing is done. Now, when you look into history and see how those who were packed into that land in the region of Palestine today, Israel, so-called Israel, how these people were packed in there, it didn't just happen all of a sudden. There were plans put in place for years before they actualized their dreams. They started gradually, and with what we are seeing happening right now in Western Cape, how these people are coming out openly telling you that it's only their town, and they are looking for independence for their own state. They want to be independent from South Africa. How the region is gradually pulling out of the hold of the South African government, you begin to ask questions, because why would they in the first place agitate for independence? They want to be independent from South African government. Why? And who initiated that idea? We saw how they went out with cards. We saw how they went out to rally to make the public aware that they really do not want to connect themselves with South Africa anymore. They don't want to be seen as South Africans anymore. They want a different name. They want a different government other than the black government in South Africa. Is it even a black government? That's what some of you will ask. We'll be talking about how Netanyahu had promised that after they liberate, what was that place they were liberating? After they liberate where they are liberating, they will come to liberate Africa. Netanyahu has a lot of in-laws, brothers and sisters who are black Africans in Africa. And these are the people that go about hunting people who are trying to point out what is gradually coming to reality. And it's unfortunate that our South African brothers and sisters do not care, they care less about situations like this. What interests them mostly is their own fellow melanated who is living in their nation. So they're putting effort in driving away their own fellow melanated in the name of they commit crime, which of course, like I keep saying, anybody who is found guilty of any crime in any nation has to be prosecuted. However we look at it, there is no way that we will support crime. But why am I drawing your mind to situations like this? If it is the same energy that South Africans are using to prosecute their fellow melanated from different regions, that they are using to prosecute these white settlers, by now we won't have a situation like this in Western Cape, where they are coming out with carts, rallying around, trying their best to see how they become independent from South African government. They are looking for a separate government. They don't want to associate themselves with the black government anymore. They don't want to associate themselves. They don't want to be called South Africans anymore. Of course, they're going to change their name. And that is why many people who have sat and seen how history unfold, how, like I said before, those who are in Israel today who claim are Israelis, they didn't just wake up and find themselves in that region. It was a plan that gradually became realized. And this is exactly what we are seeing today happening in South Africa.
I always say history is my best teacher. Historical events awakens a lot of people, and geopolitics do matters. It does not only affect wherever it is happening, whether Europe or Asia, but it affects all of us. So we must be very much aware. In 1914, First World War broke out after the assassination of Archduke Ferdinand and his wife Sofia in Bosnia-Herzegovina, the Sarajevo incident. The assassin was an 18-year-old TB patient. What more did that 18-year-old know about Archduke Ferdinand and his wife Sofia? Who gave him an access to the heir of Austria? Who funded him? Put the events together, the very same age of that assassin who attempted the life of Donald Trump for the first time, not the second one. That one who scratched his ear. Almost the same age. Back then, Rockefeller had a dream to establish a Jewish-only state. And his first proposal was in Uganda. But through the broke out of the First World War event, his dream didn't realize, because that war took only a short period, from 1914 to 1918. Then again, he was funding both sides of such a war. In 1938, 1945, it broke out again, the Second World War. Rockefeller was funding both sides, but he had a dream to establish a Jewish-only state. Then he found a reason to move the people, the Jews, from Europe to Palestine, and they established a Jewish-only state, the Zionists. If you listen carefully to Benjamin Netanyahu, when he said their founder, the founding father of Israel, David Gurion, said after liberating the Middle East, we will go and liberate Africa. Western Cape of South Africa is going to be declared a Jewish-only state. Matabeleland of Zimbabwe is going to be declared an independent country. With one mission: mark the events, check whom are the people involved, what is their link, what are they agreeing. You'll be able to put the puzzle together. Already the Minister of Home Affairs, Leon, in South Africa has started to pave a free passage for them to come into South Africa. Maybe 3 million, and some of them with South African IDs will continue to Zimbabwe.
Your Majesties, that was his own analysis, and I just want us to look into this situation from our own perspective and our understanding of history and the past, what happened in the past, and how gradually plans were actualized, dreams came to reality. Not once, it didn't just happen once. They sat down, took the pain, took their time to plan how things unfold gradually in the future. Now, when Ama Tadeo said that the problem with the black nation is that they lack survival skill, a lot of you were not happy, Your Majesties. I read through the comments and I'm like, yeah. Sometimes when it is rubbed on our faces, it's difficult to accept. But are we going to be patting our heads every day without telling ourselves the truth? We won't survive like this. And this is where the issue of survival skill also come in. Okay? The white group of people, the white race, they don't plan for today. If you think that they plan for today so that they can reap whatever it is that they have planted soon, then you are wasting your time. They always take their time to plan so that if they are not alive, their descendants can take over. So they always pass on with whatever plan, a major plan that they have to actualize, or a major dream that they have to actualize. They don't care. They are all. You don't ever think that the white race is always planning for something that they can enjoy at that moment. They plan for what they know they wouldn't be alive to enjoy it, but their race will continue. And this is where we talk about survival skills. It's only the black man that think of me and now. Other races don't. They are ready to sacrifice their life at that moment as far as the race will keep going in the future. And that is why they take their time to plan. They take the pain to plan. A plan that they know will only come to pass maybe in the next 50 years, 60 years, or even 100 years. They will start it now. This is one thing with them that I think we have to learn. Your Majesties, there is no white community out there that will willingly accept black people flocking in like black people accepting white people flocking in. It's not racism This is a disclaimer. We do not, there is no hate on any race here on this channel. It's things that are happening that we are seeing, that we are analyzing here. So don't think that, oh, there is a hate on a particular race. No. It is glaring to you. This is what is happening. That the Home Affairs Minister will be happy to welcome multitude of white settlers. More of them are flocking into South Africa. But the moment they see a black person coming from one country or the other in the continent, they look for, okay, are you sure you have the correct citizenship? Are you sure you have the correct papers? Are your papers correct? Did you steal? Do you get that? And a lot of South Africans, it's unfortunate, a lot of South Africans, the youth, are diverting energy in pursuing their own brothers and sisters and welcoming these white people. Not thinking about the repercussion, the result of it tomorrow. They are not thinking. You make enemies of your brothers and sisters around you and accept enemy from far distant place. Tomorrow when that enemy is taking away your land, who is coming to support you? South Africans don't know this. It's unfortunate, but this is the truth. They don't want to realize this. It's right before their faces, but they tell themselves the white man is better for us than accepting a black person. They tell themselves it is these white people that are feeding us. You in your home, you in your land, you still hoping on the white man to give you job, to feed you in your ancestral home. Oh, the black ones that are coming, the other African brothers and sisters that are coming to take our jobs. So we have to pursue them away and accept the white ones. The white ones that are coming to bring jobs to us. This is exactly what they use in tying the minds of the black man. And this is the painful reality of South Africa at this moment. That they see the white settlers flocking in as saviors and see their own brothers and sisters around them as the enemy. I have still said this again. I'm not in support of any African who goes to South Africa to commit crime. Whoever is found should be punished according to the law. But is it the same energy we are using to punish our own brothers and sisters that we use to punish the others? The answer will be that those white settlers are not committing any crime. And that is why we say we lack survival skills as the African people, because we do not want to care to see the future. 50 years from now, how would Western Cape be if at this time they are seeking for independence? Who is behind that ideology of wanting to be independent? Who is behind it? People are not thinking. Who is funding it? People are not thinking. And when we say that we have to be careful with those foreigners who live amongst us, it will be like we hate people, we don't like other people's races. But is that the truth? No. Whatever we do here, whatever we say here, is still for the survival of the black race. Okay? So that we think critically. And see, if we continue like this, are we going to survive in the next 50 to 100 years when we are not there anymore? What legacy have we laid down? Are we going to allow the work of our ancestors go to waste? No, we don't think like this. It is unfortunate. And that is why some people are beginning to analyze, letting us understand that if care is not taken, Western Cape of South Africa is going to be declared a Jewish-only state because of the level of the amount of the influx of white settlers who are flocking into that angle right now, and their plan to become independent of South African government is alarming. It's a red flag. That if we do not do anything about our unity as the black nation, I'm not just talking about African now, if we don't unite as black people, and how do we unite as black people if we not give ourselves that opportunity, if we not give ourselves that conducive environment to unite, how will it be possible? It will never be possible. When we keep looking at our differences instead of what unites us, We always look at what divides us instead of what unites us. We look at the other border from the other region. When I say region, all these borders that we have are created by Europe and America. Why are we still keeping these borders existing? We are supposed to be one people. But we have succeeded in allowing ourselves to be divided